10 hurdles. 9 women who've spent their whole lives getting to this moment. Wu Yani, Tobi Amusan, Masai Russell, Ditaji Kambundji, Ackera Nugent, every lane loaded. Who comes out on top? Masai Russell, USA, lane 5. Olympic champion from Paris, second fastest woman ever over these barriers. Ditaji Kambundji, the reigning world champion from Switzerland, opening her 2026 outdoor season in Shanghai. Danielle Williams of Jamaica, lane 7, two-time world champion, one of the best to ever do it. Wu Yani of China, lane 1, 6-time national champion, and this home crowd is firmly behind her. Tobi Amusan of Nigeria, the world record holder at 12.12 and the 2022 world champion. She got back on the global podium with silver at last year's World Championships. Devynne Charlton of the Bahamas, lane 3. She just equaled her own world indoor record to win a third straight world indoor title. Nobody gets to the first hurdle faster. Ackera Nugent of Jamaica, lane 4, Olympic finalist, 7th fastest of all time, and last year's Diamond League champion in this event. Masai Russell of the United States, lane 5, the Olympic champion, the second fastest woman ever in this event. She's here to show exactly where she stands. Ditaji Kambundji, the reigning world champion from Switzerland, came in a surprise 4th at the World Indoors in Toronto. She starts her outdoor campaign today with something to prove. Lane 7, Danielle Williams of Jamaica, a second world title in Budapest 8 years after her first gold in Beijing. She ran a lifetime best of 12.31 last year. She's not slowing down. Tanea Marshall of the United States, lane 8. She ran 12.24 last year. One of the most dangerous women in this field. Lane 9, Megan Simmons of Jamaica, Tokyo Olympic bronze medalist. She had a strong indoor season, a personal best, and 5th in the 60 meters hurdles at the World Indoors in Toronto. Wu Yani, lane 1, 6-time national champion, carrying the hopes of this home crowd. They're in the blocks. Final event of the opening Diamond League meeting of 2026, and this field is as deep as it gets. 9 of the best in the world. You can feel it in this stadium right now. And they are away. Charlton first to the opening hurdle and out in front. Russell working through the middle, closing with every stride. Amusan right there too. Russell drives hard and comes through. Masai Russell wins it. 12.25, a meeting record right here in Shanghai. The Olympic champion delivers. 12.25. 12.25 for Russell, right inside the top 10 all-time. Charlton takes a national record for the Bahamas. The indoor specialist just proved she can go the full distance outdoors too. Russell looked straight at the clock when she crossed. She knew. 12.25, the meeting record in Shanghai. Charlton takes silver with a national record. Amusan through for bronze. Word coming in that Williams and Marshall are disqualified after a collision at the first hurdle. Russell takes it all in. This crowd on its feet. The scoreboard reads 12.25, the fastest time ever run at this meeting, and one of the fastest ever run by any woman in history. Russell came in with a season best of 12.40. She just ran 12.25. That's not a small margin. That puts her in the all-time top 10 on the first Diamond League weekend of the year. Charlton has owned the indoor circuit, 3 straight world indoor titles, and she brought that form straight outside. Her national record in Shanghai says she's not a 60-meter specialist anymore. She's got the endurance to go the full distance. Amusan, the world record holder, takes bronze. Look at the depth here. 3 women, 3 countries, all under 12.42. That's what this event is right now. 2 high-quality hurdles races today, and both of them delivered. Watch Charlton in slow motion, first to the opening barrier by a clear margin, exactly what you'd expect from the world indoor champion. Now find Russell through the center, patient, controlled, picking her way through. By the midpoint, she's closing fast, and over those final barriers, she drives clean to the line. Amusan finds her rhythm late and comes through for third. Russell didn't win this race at the finish line. She won it somewhere around the 6th hurdle when she stopped chasing Charlton and started running her own race. That's a distinction that matters. Charlton, as expected, was first to the opening barrier, and she held that lead through the early phase. But Russell, working through the center of the track, was closing not with a sprint, but with a grind, eating into the gap stride by stride. By the time they hit the final 2 hurdles, yes, Russell had the angle, the rhythm, and the confidence. She drove through the line and looked straight at the clock. She already knew. Charlton's start is her weapon. The world indoor record holder over 60 meters hurdles, 3 consecutive world indoor titles. She is built for the first half of this race. And for the first half, she delivered exactly that. The question that has followed her into every outdoor season is whether that speed holds past the 8th hurdle. In Shanghai, she ran 12.38, a Bahamian national record, which is a genuine answer to that question. She ran the full race. She just ran it into someone who ran it faster. Russell's 12.25 is a number that didn't come from a perfect draw or a favorable wind reading. It came from a woman who has learned to pace a 100 meters hurdles final, which is harder than it sounds when your instinct is to chase. Tobi Amusan took bronze in 12.41. That's the world record holder finishing third. In almost any other era, 12.41 wins this race with room to spare. Amusan's trajectory since her 12.12 world record has been complicated, and finishing behind both Russell and Charlton here is a data point worth noting without overstating it. Megan Simmons ran 12.73 for fourth, a solid enough result for the Tokyo bronze medalist. Ditaji Kambundji, the reigning world champion, crossed in 12.82. That's a difficult number for the Swiss athlete to absorb. She came in with something to prove after a surprise fourth at the World Indoors in Toronto, and 12.82 doesn't prove it. Kambundji is still young enough that one flat meeting doesn't define her season, but she'll need to find another gear before the major championships. Then there's the collision at the opening hurdle that disqualified both Danielle Williams and Tania Marshall. Williams, a 2-time world champion, Marshall, who had run 12.24 in 2025, both gone before the race was decided. That's the kind of variable that makes 100 meters hurdles uniquely brutal. Russell's 12.25 slots her inside the all-time top 10. The women's 100 meters hurdles is in a period where the depth is genuine and the times are moving. Amusan's world record at 12.12 reset expectations. What Shanghai showed is that the gap between the record and the field is closing from the other direction. 3 women under 12.42 in one final is a concentration of talent that the event hasn't always been able to produce. Russell is the Olympic champion from Paris. She now holds the Shanghai meeting record. She's run herself into a position where the conversation about the best in the world has to include her name first. The major outdoor championships will be the real measure. Russell has the Olympic title. She doesn't yet have a world outdoor title, and that's where the season points. If she can carry this form through the summer, she enters those championships not as a contender, but as the favorite. That's a different kind of pressure, and it's where the 12.25 either becomes the foundation of something bigger or just a very fast Diamond League result. Charlton's national record gives her genuine momentum heading into the outdoor season, and Amusan will want to answer. The 100 meters hurdles has its best field in years. Russell just put her name at the top of it.